Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good early morning, Rumble Studios, here on this 01.21.2026. Rich Roberts. Yep, we have audio. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, at Fireman Rich on all other platforms, those fine and good social media platforms that we all take part in. Just Google at Fireman Rich and see where I'm at. Primarily, I am on X, and we posted something on X. It's only no. Did I post that? Well, I did post a. Well, it's supposed to be a short, but it isn't. It's just a video on YouTube, and also posted it up on Rumble here, and that's my last chess game. But Rich Roberts here, up early, folks, up early. So I just said, screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and go live. I got the coffee made, got everything set here, and there's our Jersey girl Tina. Good morning, good early morning, Tina. Yeah, we're right on. We're staying with the general feeling here this January of starting early, and this is way early. I haven't been this early, and oh, geez, back when I was still working at the day job. But that means we just got a little extra time and stuff like that as far as that goes. So we're getting our day started here with the morning coffee, which is tasting really. It tastes better, I think. But I'm getting prepped here, and I've been up for oh about an hour, I guess, a little over an hour, and I was gonna. It was like no, I was up. Yeah, about an hour ago, and it's just like, okay, it's like 20 to 5 or about 4:30, 20 to 5, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well stay up. No, it was 20 after. It was 20 after 4. So, um, yeah, we used to be before 5:30. Yeah, I used to get up at about what was it? Wasn't this I think I still had the same bells and whistles, but back in the day there when I was still working at the day job, Tina, yeah, we got started right at about 5:15, 5:30, I think. I would get up at about quarter to 4 as far as that goes. But back then we only stayed on for about an hour too. I only stayed on. I believe I only stayed on for about an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. I did not because I had to, get ready for work and all that. Now I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Hey, Tony D, salute to you, my friend, this early morning, this early Wednesday morning, hump day, as far as that goes. Hashtag positive start today to you. And salute. And the missus is still sleeping. She's probably hearing me now and saying, what the frick are you doing? I'm sorry. Oh, but we're getting our day started here. Good to have you here, my friend Tony D there. And he's at work. He starts early. He's at work. We're still sleeping, folks. And Tina saying good morning to Tony. Yeah, we're up early, and it's just like I see you on the YouTube, my friend. Thank you very much. And I'm sure you'll be going over onto the Rumble. I see Ted has been testing Rumble, Tony. Oh, okay. You got your weather on Rumble. Good. Okay, and we got Tina's weather and stuff like that. So yeah, I seen Ted try to test. Is he tipping his feet into Rumble? I saw that. As far as that's like, wait a minute, that's Ted. That's Ted Hicks. It's like salute to he's got Tony D's got me covered on all the platforms: Rumble, YouTube, Twitch. Um, he'll figure it out. It's pretty easy peasy, and we love Rumble. Rumble is great. Rumble is not to say the other platforms are just as fine. Okay, I'm not going to knock them. Tony's saying hi to Tina on the Twitch, and we have first time chatter Ditto Eclipse. Okay, Ditto. Ditto. Hello, sir. Okay, okay. Hi, good morning, Ditto. First time chatter here on the Twitch. Let's give you a look and see what you've been online since November 18th, 2025. So this is probably a second account, probably, right? Or else you've been banned or something like that. So okay, welcome to the broadcast. We're starting early. Just a general coffee shoot the proverbial thing, and we're starting off. Oh wow, we got 4 people on Rumble. Good morning, Rumble. Rumble rocks. And we've got 1 person on local, 2 people on YouTube. Wow, 2 people on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. And then 6 people on Twitch. Wow. I start early and I get more people than when I start at the regular time at 6:15 for great. Oh, wow. But I'm up early, as far as that goes, uh, and such, so that, and what's that, Ditto? Yeah, well, yeah, right there. It says retired. So retire usually means past tense. I used to be a Air Force firefighter, and I was a volunteer firefighter for, I guess, total time between Air Force and civil, because I was 15, 16 years as a volunteer after I got out of the service, and I was a volunteer for 3 or 4 years beforehand. So that's like 40 years worth of firefighting that I did in my lifetime, and I'm official. And then I got out and got a real job, as they would say in the military, working for IBM at Endicott, New York, for 9 years, and then I went to what I call the day job. I don't specify on that job because there's some particulars. I don't have a non-disclosure, but I just choose not to talk about that particular. It was a great job. I did it for 17 years after IBM. This is probably one of my best jobs, along with IBM. I had 2 good jobs when I got out of the service, so I'm officially retired. Though I'm a senior citizen, and as far as that goes, so yeah, I was an Air Force. I was a firefighter, retired firefighter now. So to answer your question there, but I think this pretty much says it, retired. And enjoying my retirement too. I went to the dentist yesterday early after, and I did get the audio podcast and the Fireman Rich audio podcast over on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and we also repurpose. Um, oh, you know what happened? I forgot to turn on the thing, so we'll just crop in that first part there for the first. Well, we'll start it now. Good morning, folks, on the on the uh, uh, Spotify for creators over on Spotify. This is the Fireman Rich, or the Wednesday morning coffee, 01.21.2. Oh, I said 25. It should be 26. Oh, there's a change I got to do, but that's par for course. But good morning to the folks over on Spotify. We're just getting started here for the morning coffee. We have our Jersey girl in the chat there, Tina, lovely Tina from Jersey, Central Jersey. We got Tony D from Warner Robins, Georgia, coming in here. He's at work right now, probably turning the wrench on an F-15. And then we got first time chatter Ditto in the comments there on the Twitch. And Tony checked out. Let me check these. Yeah, I did this again. Let me check the. Let's see here. Let's go. That's probably why I started early, because I had to change the title here. It says 2025. It's just, yep, there it is. I got to change that. That has to be changed, and then I'll change it on the YouTube afterwards. I wonder if let's see, 26. Did I do that on my postings? Yes, I did. So let's go ahead and can we edit? Yeah, we can edit on. How did I get 26? I'll update that there, and I'll do the other ones later. I'm not going to get so squirrely. Okay, so we got it on Twitch. Does it say 26? Let's say 26. And yeah, it says 26. So let's bring that back down to the stream manager. We'll go over to the Rumble where it says 2025. It's 26. We're well into the new year here. as far as that goes. And I guess when I post this up on Spotify for creators, it goes on to Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify. I'll have the correct year. So I'm just curious about that. Let me check something in my notes. Did I have that on the note? Oh, I had 25. That should be 26. Oh, let me check previous broadcasts. Did I have 20? Let me check the last broadcast. Oh, I forgot to change the. Oh, that's like, when the new year starts, when you used to have a checkbook, you forgot to change the year. Okay, I got to change that in my show notes. That's where it came from. I saw the culprit. Okay, so we're correcting that. And we got an early start here, for the folks over on Spotify. I forgot to turn on the Audacity. We did, but you only missed like the first couple minutes saying good morning. Nothing really. We're started as far as all practical purposes, getting a hashtag positive start to today, hashtag PSDTD, and I'm correcting my bonehead mistake of the the title here with the date as far as that goes. And let's see, did that change? Yeah, that changed. And I'm going to show the what I did on the um, yesterday. After I got back, I was hanging around and I was looking at the chess game I had Monday. I don't know if I said no, I couldn't have because we broadcast Monday. But I think did I talk about it on the audio podcast? I can't remember. But at any rate, we had a chess game Monday. I play chess every Wednesday, and Wednesdays now because there's a chess club that's starting to form at the library. But right now it's just me and my neighbor that go there that show up. Let's turn this off here first and bring up my Twitter feed, my X feed. No, we don't want that. We want this. Hit the wrong button. It's still. That's what happens when you start early. You get all Looney Tune, I guess, as far as that goes. But yesterday, I did a GIF. I found out where I could make a GIF. I was watching some YouTubes, and then this was really interesting because this is over on chess.com. And let's see. I still don't have that thing there. That's pretty. Oh, you know what else I forgot? Hold it. Let's see. Before we go there, let me bring up I forgot to bring up my. I knew there's another thing I forgot. I forgot to bring up my news feeds. So let's go ahead and bring that up. With 100 years ago. Let's see. It's going to be for the 19th. We're not doing it yet. I'm just setting it up, folks. No, we're not doing 100 years ago. We're just setting it up. It's too early. I'm real early, and it's obvious. If I'm early, I'm making mistakes, I guess. So, but that's all. That's all good. It's all good. You can just sit back and laugh at this knucklehead here that's broadcasting. And okay. So we got that one. Okay, I just got to post up these web pages, which I have full disclosure, no association with, or local news web pages that give us a sort of a little peek into what's in my neck of the woods here in southern tier of upstate New York, and I'm just a consumer, you would say, of their web pages. So what do we got? Attention. Fabio's going to don't lose that. Okay, Fabio's okay. I guess Fabio's going away from the local NBC affiliate. Okay, we got that one. And I guess Monday when we did the news web pages, it wasn't really that much in the news, and but I was able to show some news off of the Commodore 64. We might go into that if we have time at the end and stuff like that. We're going to save that. I've got that down to where I can get that up and running real quick, almost quicker than what I'm doing here on the regular one. But it just gives you text-based news and stuff, just the headlines and stuff. And I have no problem showing the headlines here. We don't go too in depth. Just so you know, Ditto, if you're still there, we don't go too in depth with politics and all that. You know, I may give you a little bit of my opinion, but I save that for a broadcast I do every once in a while, and that's um, um, Hello America. That's a Rumble only broadcast that I do where I just unleash. Hey, Tina, I got to ask you about this 1440. Did they change up their webpage? Because I can't find the local. I think you got to subscribe. Or no, let's see. Read today's brief. If that's today, oh, okay. I can still get today's brief. Okay, they changed up their their front page a little bit. They don't have all those lines and stuff like that. So I noticed that as far as and we got the sports on the surface 3 today. Okay, let me get to the um, let's get to the to the X page. This is my X page at Fireman Rich. Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
And the missus says good morning to everybody. Tony said good morning, and Tina said good morning. And it's same in email. Oh, did it change? Okay, good morning. And Tina says good morning. Oh, it's same in the email. It looks like it changed a little bit, but I just found where I couldn't. I was trying to find what the what read today and stuff. But here's my here's my chess game. I did a GIF. Okay, and this is the actual chess game that I played against my neighbor. They add a lot. Okay, I'll have to check it out again because it just looked a little confusing. But this is the chess game I did, and it's going to run. It's only about a minute or two, but you can see my progression. I'm white, and right here, this is the opening of the game. And let me stop this here for the comments here because we got somebody that just came in that I have to mention. There's our good friend Deplorable. Good morning, Deplorable, coming in from Bradford. Pennsylvania, and good to see you here. I hope all's well. I hope you're staying warm because it's a little chilly here. And let's see. Tina says, I've tried chess, but not. I've been playing chess since I was a kid, Tina. So I got a way of showing my actual, and Tina's saying good morning to Deplorable. Saying good morning to Deplorable there. Okay. And, but you can see this is the actual chess game that I played. So this is the opening. I move my queen out. He's pushing over on his king side, and I'm countering it. And I come up right here, this move right here with this pawn when I moved up, according to chess.com, that was a blunder. And blunders, you don't want to have blunders in chess. It basically gives the other opponent. But they said I should have moved my knight that he took. There was a knight here that queen just took, and I should have moved it there. But I wanted to push his queen back because I did not like his queen that far down. Don't care for these two pawns, but I have them blocked. And as we continue the game, you can see I'm bringing my queen over, try to attack his king, and I move it back because he's forcing my queen back here. And then he castles, and I'm moving some pieces over here. I move my knight in here to force his queen back finally. Don't like that. And then he forces my queen back, but then I'm trying to get an angle, and I get over here. I put him in check. He puts his queen there. I trade queens. Okay, so at this point, he traded his queen because, and let's see where we're at. I had a pawn here. I took his pawn, and then he comes down right here, and this is the big change of the game right here. Do you see what my next move is going to be? It's right here. My snipe by the bishops. I'm going to snipe him at the angle. He didn't even see this angle, which I thought he could see, but it was hiding back here. So my next move is going to be over here. I take his two rooks in the next couple of moves because look how his king is set up with his rook. I'm going to go up here. He ends up moving his knight down here to put me in check. I move my king up here to king bishop 2, and to he could have left his knight there, but he decided to move it back. And then when he did that, my knight that's going to be here, I move it right here, and I pin down this rook. And he can't move this rook because if he does, he's in check. So that's the next several moves. Watch this. There goes. I take his rook. He moves his knight. I move the king. I come down here. I get his rook. That was the big change of the game right there. And after that, I have the game right here where I'm forcing him to open this up for me. I come over here and I bring my rook down, and I've got the game right here. I get him a check. I'm trading I bring my knight over, take his bishop, and then I come down. I sacrifice my a knight for two bishops. I'll take that, and then it's just more or less whittling him down now. He has no. I just have to make sure I don't make a big mistake here, as far as that goes. And Deplorable saying good morning to Tina in the chat. So he's trying to block me, and he should resign right here. If this was me, I would. He's just making me feel good because he wants to play through, and because he's trying for a stalemate, which is possible, but not when I have two rooks, because I'm going to bookend checkmate him here. And he took my last pawn, but see, I keep him over on that side. He moves up there. I move my knight or my rook down there. Then I put him in check. He moves up or moves down. I move my rook back up there. He can't get me. Move there. One more check. One more move. Checkmate. And there it is. That's end the game. That I won the game, and it's all by chess.com. And in that game, at the end of the game on chess.com, which is phenomenal, I enjoy it. Chess.com, and yeah, Tina's saying good morning to Deplorable, and Deplorable saying good morning to Tina, and Tony saying good morning to Deplorable over on Rumble. Thank you very much, guys, on the Rumble. But the one thing about they give you a review and to analyze your chess game and stuff like that. I ended up getting a 1,300 rating on that game. I'm normally about a 600 to 700 rate player. Okay, I'm not that great. You get over 1,000, I basically that 1,300, because most of your grandmasters are 2,300, 2,400 up about that. So I was half of a grandmaster at 1,300 playing that game, because I was doing my moves and I was keeping ahead of it. I kept the tempo and all that. So that was a fun game. That was a good win as far as that goes. And we still got this guy. Let's see, deny. We deny him. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. And so we play that every Monday night on chess.com because it's cold. Now, during the summertime, I walk down the side street to his house, and we play in his gazebo that looks out over the golf course that I walk on. I didn't do no walking yesterday, but I got something that, well, the missus got something that might help in that department, especially with her. So that was my chess game. I figured out how there's a way of doing a GIF of your game from chess.com. So I appreciate chess.com. Check if you play chess, check it out if you haven't. I've been playing on there for a couple years now. I should have discovered that way back because I love chess. Me and my neighbor, we've been playing now for almost coming up on 2 years. Every Monday. We used to do every Friday, then we changed it to Monday. And then because he had the bowl on Monday, or no, he was golfing. He golfs. Him and his missus, they golf. So we play every Monday night at 6 o'clock right after dinner, and it's usually about an hour. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes it's two. That game was a 2-hour game. He was pushing his pawns down, which was shaking me up at the beginning of the game. But it works the mind, and you got to have things work in the mind. And I think I'm a fairly decent, okay chess player. But he keeps on saying I'm a good chess player. I mean, according to chess.com, I had 1,300 rating on that. I think it was 80 to 85% accuracy on my moves. So a game before that, was it 90? I was rated at 900. So maybe I'm moving up in my rating and gameplay because I'm focusing more. Last summer and my neighbor was just kicking my ass because I kept on blundering. I kept on losing my queen, and he still had his queen. Usually, you lose a queen, you're against a good player. You might as well try and go as far as you can. But then the obvious is you just resign. You tipple over your king, and then you resign. But we're going to be playing again today, probably him and me only in the chess club at the local library. They're starting to do that. Tina says, there's my problem. I lost my mind. Why I can't play chess. It does give you thing. I mean, I have that game right there. After I was done, I was stoked that I won first of all. And Tina's laughing. I was really excited I won because we call up each other right after the win to talk on the phone and to congratulate and all that stuff. And he gives a good game. And it doesn't matter if I lose. I'm still very thankful that for the game because it's a mental workout and stuff like that. And I'm just so pumped up. It takes me like 2 hours to. We got done with that game about 8 o'clock, so I was up for another 2 or 3 hours because I was after looking at the review and after seeing that I had a 1,300 rating on that game. I'm like, holy crap! Um, I'm I, I'm studying a little bit more and looking at, and I just have to take my time because you can get too caught up. Magnus Carlton, he's the reigning world speed chess champion, just chess champion general. He's a good guy. I watch a lot of his YouTube, and he does a speed chess, and I was like, I can't. But it's fun to watch, and when you watch a lot of games, you acquire things, and you have a more focus on the game board. So, but I'm on chess.com at Fireman Rich on chess.com. I don't know if anybody plays or something like that, but and you don't have to play right. You could spend a couple days playing one game, as far as that goes. So, but it's a fun thing and stuff like that. So there we have it. That's our opening tidbit there as far as Monday. I had my dental yesterday. The dental, my every 6 months I go to the dentist, and everything is doing good there. With it, see, I got the sign. My teeth are doing good, knock on wood, and even the artificial tooth they put in a few years ago, that's doing great and stuff like that. So I just got to make sure I floss a little bit more and as far as that goes, and because your teeth are very valuable when you're older. I don't, when I lost that one tooth, I had a tooth before that. I had two teeth lost on this one, and it's just like, you know what, it is expensive. Insurance can only cover so much, but the alternative is that when you start losing teeth on the ends, it's like dominoes; they start falling. So this false tooth simulated tooth and guys you can't tell the difference and stuff like that that they put in. It's a godsend because it anchors the side of your teeth and stuff like that. So I got a lot of cavities on my other teeth and stuff. I've been in and out of the dentist when I was in the Air Force, but my dentists, they're good dentists. We've been going to this dentist for a number. The dentist I had before, he finally retired. He was an ex-Navy captain, which is a colonel rank wise. He was a colonel in the United States Navy, which is their rank. That's a captain's. They name them captains and stuff, and very good dentist. He was a flight surgeon, I guess, in the Navy too. So a really good guy as far as that goes. And I was sorry to see him retire, but he practiced after he got out of the Navy and stuff like that. And then the missus had already been going to our current dentist, and she loved him and stuff like that. I heard good things about it, so I ended up going there. And first impressions, like, wow, you guys got everything here. Because where I was going before, they would send me up to Syracuse to get a root canal, where they could do root canals right there. They could do reconstruct. It's like, geez, I should have been here a long time ago. But I like the Dr. Z. Dr. Z, as far as that goes, my previous dentist. The dentist I had before that was a bonehead. And then my first dentist we had when we first moved here in the Southern Tier, he was a retired Air Force colonel. And he was a flight surgeon also. He was a great guy. He sold the practice, and it was fun going to that was a dentist in Waverly, just west of here. But now I go up the other end into Vestal. So there we have that, and we're at 6:06. This is where we normally start, folks. I might have a third cup of coffee here. So let's see. Other than I screwed up the. I'm going to say we, but no, it's me. I screwed up the title. Um, and then what else? Oh, I forgot to open up my news feeds here and stuff like. But we're right on time. I get everything on time if I start early and stuff. So, but we got 6 people on Rumble. Yeah, Rumble rocks. Let's get that up to 10. We may have let's get a read ad campaign, a rack. I haven't done one of those as far as that goes. And Tina says we're good. Yeah. And I think my audio is good too. Let me do a check on the audio here. I got a new way of doing. I don't have the earplugs. I got them. Yep, I can hear myself. So the audio is good. And Tina says we're good. So, and uh, again, a good start to the. Even though waking up early, a good start to the day. Oh, the other thing, the missus she got the other day. I think was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. Monday afternoon. After we got done, I didn't walk Monday. It was cold. It was like what is it? It was 21 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday it was 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Might as well say it was like 9 degrees with the wind chill factor. Right now we're sitting at. Did that go back down again? Oh, we're at 10 degrees. I thought we're at 7. It looked like it went up to 17. No, we're still at 10. We're still at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll get to the weather here in a minute here. I got one more thing to talk about. Seeing that we have all this extra time here, but I need to change this to 10. I thought it said 17, but I don't have. I just have the light. I used to have a light over here, but it burnt out. But I only have this light. I don't have the overhead light yet. I'll turn that on here after the break and stuff like that. So, um, let me change this to 10. But Monday afternoon, there was a package that was received on that cold day, and um, I didn't walk yesterday or Tuesday, and then but yesterday after or did it come Sunday? When did your package come? Did that come Sunday? Monday. Oh, Monday. Okay, yeah, Monday, and then you put it together Monday afternoon. Yeah, you started putting it together right then, right? Oh, okay, yeah, she got the package, and the package came. It was about 60 pounds, um, as far as that goes. And you're thinking, what did she get? And she put it all together herself. She got well, the missus has and I've talked about it here. She doesn't go on walks with me anymore because her foot is a little bit out of whack. So she's wearing some different shoes now. She's got the toe spacers and stuff because the first doctor she went to, she was all getting ready to go have corrective surgery on her one foot. And then that surgeon left, or that doctor left, and then the next one that came said, "Oh no, wait, let's look at it. Let's don't go so fast." So he's sort of a little old school, so I like that. So put that on hold, and her foot's starting to feel a little bit better, but she can't go on long walks, brisk walks, and stuff like that because it aggravates it. And so it's to simmer down to get it in a better place and stuff. So she's lacking walking with me Monday through Friday. Okay, that's the primary days I do walk. I walk every Monday through Friday, unless, like in this case, the last 2 days it's been too cold out. It defeats the purpose as far as going. I'm not going to go out and catch a cold and such. So she ordered something a few weeks ago in the package, and it could say it's a belated Christmas present, but she got an elliptical bicycle, and she put. It's not elliptical. A recumbent. Okay. I looked up elliptical exercise bike, and the picture on the images that her model shows up, but it's what'd you call it? A recumbent. So you sit back. It's sort of like those bicycles where you sit back and you're on the ground and the wheels, and it's like a go kart almost, as far as that goes. Oh, Tina has one too. Okay, Tina. So and and the missus was a little hesitant about ordering it because I said the cost is no big deal because you're talking about exercising, improving your health, and I said you need to do something. So I think this is a great idea. When she said that, I said buy it. Without batting an eye, buy it. and and she put it together, and I helped a little bit, and then when it became apparent, I didn't need to. I just walked away. It's like I'm not gonna, I help him when she asked for it, and it was a couple times and stuff. But then it was obvious she had it on her own. I just walked away and camped out here in at the computer um, Monday afternoon when she was putting it together, and then she had it all together. And then I guess the last part, putting the pedals on, she had this. It's a type of adhesive, but she had to wait 24 hours for it to cure. So it wasn't until Tuesday, yesterday, yesterday morning she used it, and she was on there for 15 minutes. And Tina says, "But my legs are too short to reach pedals, but I exercise half an hour a day in the chair and lost 16 pounds." Okay, that's good. That's great. Um, so the missus, she likes it. I think she was on there for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes, and she's starting slow. I was on there for a total of 10 minutes yesterday. I went on there for 5 minutes just to see how, because I've always had, when I was in the military, I always had access to a weight room, an exercise room with exercise equipment, treadmill. As far as I loved the treadmill when it was rain, especially when I was at work, they had a exercise area to where you could go, and they had a couple treadmills and stuff. And I would stay on the treadmill for, I do my 6 miles on the treadmill, as far as that goes. And, um, but I got on they'd have those type of bikes, exercise bikes there. And I got on it yesterday, the first time I've been on one of those in like, geez, years. Okay. I mean, in the Air Force, when I was up at Griffiths Air Force Base before I met the missus, they had a bicycle program that we had to ride a bicycle in the fire department for physical fitness for, I think it was at least 30 minutes, and then do some weights and stuff like that. It became mandatory at that time. Before you just do it on your own, and all the firefighters didn't, and we had some really unhealthy firefighters. But the bike yesterday, I got on for 5 minutes, and I said, "Wow, this is pretty interesting." And then later, when I got back from the dentist, I think it was, yeah, just before dinner, I got on there for another 5 minutes. So probably today, I'm going to try and get on there for a straight 10 to 15 minutes. So that's something new that we have. It's right there in the living room. It doesn't take up that much room in the living room. We had this metal chair that the missus repainted and all that with some cushions. We put that upstairs, and the rocker chair that was over in that corner, she moved it to. So it fits really nice in the living room. And so it's going to be a nice addition. It's going to be a very nice addition to, especially on today. It's just cold. Where usually I do some calisthenics. There's a couple Tai Chi things that I do, as far as I'll put my hand here and I go all the way over, and my back is up against the wall, and I'll go over to touch, and then I'll turn and I'll go like that, and that gets down here in the thing. So I've been doing those. They're actually better than doing sit-ups, because sit-ups, if you you don't do sit-ups for quite a while and you start doing them again, you have some tummy problems and stuff. The muscles do not like that. So it's sort of it's a less of invasive um, stress on your midsection and stuff like that. So this bicycle is going to be really good. I want to see if I can get up to where I'm doing at least. I know I can do 15 minutes, if not 20 minutes on it, and that would probably equate to about probably almost close to 6 miles on it, because I'm doing like 15 miles an hour from it. It has a nice little display. You lean back and you got some handles down. You got handles up here where you're leaning up, but you got some handles down here that measures your pulse. But of course, I can get my pulse rate from my watch, my iWatch here. It gives me my pulse rate, my oxygen capacity, and all that. And there's also an exercise section to where it says exercise bike, if you're doing it to, just, it's a stopwatch and stuff. It keeps a record of your exercises and stuff like that. So, but this is primarily for the missus, because she can't go out on long walks and stuff. Where this is less invasive and intrusive on her feet, and she likes it. It's a workout for her and stuff. So, I'm going to be cracking the whip to make sure she's consistently doing it a little bit. She's laughing. What's that?
You're doing the opposite. You're like, no, you don't want to do anymore.
Yes, she'll be the one cracking the whip on me. No, it's always good when you're older to exercise and stuff. It's always good to exercise and stuff like that. And lots of laugh, Tina says. So, and I encourage it and stuff because I used to run a lot, and I'm still sitting at 255. And I need to get down to 250, below 250, 250 or below, to where which I'm hoping I can get to there, to that level, because I've been as heavy as like 280, 285. So I've dropped a lot, and I've been floating for the last couple of years at about 260, 265. So I'm down to 255. So I've lost, since this summer, 10 pounds. I've been keeping a track record of it. And I'm doing it gradually, doing it non-medically. I know there's people out there that do it medically, and that's fine. They get them going and stuff. Especially the people that are they really have a weight problem, and that's a good thing for that. They get them going. But after that, you need to get into an exercise program. You can't just talk about an exercise program. You have to get in and be. And I'm my worst critic, because there's sometimes I don't want to go out and walk. And I made it a point where if it's above 30 degrees, I'm going out for a walk. But if it's below, then I can, there's certain conditions. But then again, I have an exercise. I got access to an exercise bike, to where it goes. And Tina says she's lost 80 pounds. Good for you, girl. Wow, that's good. I've lost about 10. No, actually, no, I would say I was at about 265. I probably lost about 15 pounds over the summer, since a good solid 10. And so my game plan is to get down to 250. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", so carrying 250 is no problem as far as that goes. As far as, but when you're 6'5", and you get up in that close to that 300 mark, you don't want to be 300 pounds. But um, and Tina says I'm in a wheelchair, so it's important to, yes, you have to move in the wheelchair. My kid brother was in, after his accident, um, when he used to work for the Newburgh City. He was a firefighter at City of Newburgh, and he was looking at taking the test for the city in New York. But he got in an accident. He became a paraplegic, so he was in a wheelchair the last number of years of his life and stuff, before he passed away a few years back, because of some complicated. But you have to be moving. He said he would make it a point to exercise himself. He'd also go skiing, where he worked at for the American Paralyzed Association down in Queens. He would go on these trips. He would always stay mobile. He would encourage me to exercise and stuff like that. So, but it is an important thing, Tina, to move. Yes, exactly. Let's see now. Let's see. We've been on for 46 minutes, and it just seems like we just started here. But let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, we have a. Let me change that. Let's see. We have a temperature of 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. It's cold, and the wind. I don't know if the wind is out there, but yesterday it was cold. It got into the. I think our highest temperature was like 19, but the wind was blowing, so it felt like closer to 11 or 12 degrees. So it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit here in upstate New York. That's the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And that's negative 12 degrees Celsius. So we're freaking cold, folks. It's cold here. We got a cold snap. It's going to get a little warmer, though, I think, today, as far as that goes. And let's see, bring up the weather page here. Yeah, they got it at 6 degrees Fahrenheit right now, but that's across the river at the temperature station. It looks like we're going to have overcast, a few flurries or snow showers possible. High at 29 degrees. I'll take it. That's warm. That's be warmer than the last couple of days. Believe me, 29 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freaking. That's a heat wave as far as that goes. I don't know what the wind's going to be like. Let's see, wind. Okay, yeah, wind. south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we're going to have that wind chill effect. It's going to, it'll put us, you can almost say knock 10 degrees off of that. So it's still going to be cold out. It's going to be cold. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:28 a.m. 7:28. So it's about an hour and 6 minutes. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Is that your second cup?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. We have to make it. Could you turn on that light when you walk by, so I don't have to get up? And we're gonna get a little more light in here. There we go. There's the light. The light. So an hour and 6 minutes. The sun will be rising at 7:28 a.m. and the sun will be setting at a very pleasant 5:06 p.m. And it was a nice sunset yet last night, because even though the sun set after 5, it was 30-40 minutes. You could still see outside the end of the backyard and stuff like that. So we're getting more daylight, folks. We're under 50. We're probably under about 45 days till springtime. So and we just got to get through January, which we're in we only got one more week of January next week, and then we're in February. We get through February, we're cruising to springtime. So it's going to be a quick winter. It's been a mild winter so far, I would say, in my opinion. I was talking to my hygienist yesterday, and she, when I was getting my checkup and my cleaning and all that, and it's been a mild winter. So an hour and a half, or an hour and yeah, sunrise is at 7:28, and hour and 6 minutes, and then sets at 5:06 p.m. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:23 a.m. in the morning. And Tina says 59 days. Hal's doing. Oh, he's doing a count. Okay, it's okay. So I'm a little okay. I stand corrected. Thank you, Tina. That's good. No, I appreciate that, because I guess there's our local weather guy. I see it on X, and he says it's coming up on under 50 days. So I'm thinking, well, we're under that now. So 59 days. So we're under 2 months there. So it should go by quick. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. That's good. If he has an update, let us know here. Okay, you can pass it on. I have no problem with that. It just keeps us all informed as far as that goes. And let's see. Like I said, Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:24 a.m. Cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:24 a.m. Clear skies in Phoenix, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And you're welcome, Tina. And the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois. Wow, they're warm there. They were cold the last couple of days, but maybe that's a sign whether we got warm weather, because it comes from the west to the east. Chicago, Illinois at 5:25 a.m. Cloudy skies, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll take that. New York City, the concrete jungle at 6:25 a.m. It's 6:25 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. It's clear skies down in New York City, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there in central Jersey, where Tina is at, where are you at, Tina? There we go. 38 for the high, 33 for the low, partly cloudy or partly sunny, New Jersey. Okay, you're going to get more sun than we are here in the southern tiers. Thank you, Tina. And down in Warner Robins, Georgia, where Tony is from, it was currently 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll take 28 after the cold 10 degrees. Let's see, high of 57. That's cool. It is cool, but it's a nice temperature. Low of 28. So they're at their low. Partly cloudy down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. Thank you, Tony. And continuing with our world times and temperatures, going across the Atlantic Ocean to London, UK at 11:26 a.m. And they have rain showers in London. It's raining in London, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. But in Milan, Italy, Manja at 12:26 p.m. in Milan, beautiful city. Sunny and clear, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a pleasant temperature. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:26 p.m. in their early evening. Raining in Kuala Lumpur, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Tokyo, Japan, At 8:26 p.m. in their evening, it's cloudy skies in Tokyo, 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and down under in the great continent are on the great continent of Australia. Great country, great friend and ally to the United States, and we do appreciate you folks over there in Australia. In Melbourne at 10:27 p.m., cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and let's see, Melbourne, Sydney is going to be northeast because Melbourne is down there just across the channel there to Tasmania, I guess. But it just the way they have the temperature, it looks like it's way out west, but it's on the southern, southeastern tip. So Sydney is more north and east. At 10:27 p.m. as it's in their evening time there. Clear skies in Sydney, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So when we start changing from winter to spring, they're changing from summer to fall. They're autumn. It goes the opposite way. It goes the opposite way. We're going this way, but they're going this way. Okay. So they're on the southern hemisphere and stuff like that. So it's a little bit opposite. I think even what I think do they say like our I think the toilet bowl spins clockwise. I think down there does it go counterclockwise or something? I don't know. So I've been told. Talking about toilet spinning. Okay, those are our world times and temperatures as I speak, and it's always good to see what's going on around in the world. Let's see. For our National Day, and I remember this one from last year. We're going to go with the same one, but the ones we have, let's see, we have National Celebration of Life Day. Yeah, celebrate. I celebrate every day, my life, especially with this retirement. Knock on wood. Every day we have, and that's going to reflect. Well, we got out. Okay, we'll do this, and then we'll do the thought for the day. Usually, do the thought for the day, but that comes to mind. Celebration of life is related in our thought for the day. I was just thinking of that, but we're not doing that one. You got National Polka Dot Day. No, I'm not. I'm not into polka dots. And then this National Sanction of Human Life Day. Okay, whatever. No, we're gonna go with National Blonde Brownie Day. It's Blonde Brownie Day again, Tina. Make those brownies or buy them. National Blonde Brownie Day, and almost everybody knows that a blonde brownie is similar to a chocolate brownie. And Tina says, of course." Tina says that. Yeah, of course it's brownie day. Yeah, that's a good one. We like the brownie day. Um, in place of cocoa, bakers use brown sugar when making this delicious brownie, giving them it's a sweet tooth satisfied molasses flavor. So you don't want to eat a lot of these, but they are good to enjoy. Um, Most people like to add white chocolate or chocolate chips to their brownies, and I like walnuts. Walnuts are good, and um, pecans. Pecans are good to the brownie, and other things like nuts. Like I said, full butterscotch. Blonde brownies are usually prepared unfrosted, as the brown sugar flavor tends to be sweet enough, and they are sweeter. These blondies are sometimes served in sundaes, a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of them. Ooh, that's so good. Often topped with caramel sauce. And go out and get your blonde brownie on. Now, our thought for the day, which correlates to one of those national days, as you will see, is from a gentleman, a great American astronaut and aeronautical engineer, and that's Neil Armstrong, who was the first American, actually uh, first American astronaut, but first human um, who became the first person to walk on the moon. He stepped on the moon in July 20th, 1969, as commander of Apollo 11. He was also a Navy aviator, test pilot, and he was on the X-15 project, I believe. And I'm sure he flew the SR-71 and the U-2 as far as that goes. And he was a university professor, very, very astute as far as an aeronautical engineer. Armstrong attended Purdue University on a naval scholarship to study aeronautics and not aeronautical engineer, but was called to active duty in 1949, and he served in Korea War as a pilot. Okay, his quote and our thought for the day. I can bring it up. Where's my X? Oh, there's my X. I can bring it over here. And let's see, goes as follows. Where is it? There it is. I believe every human has a finite, okay, number of heartbeats. I don't intend to waste any of mine. So finite means a limited amount. You don't have infinite. You have finite. I believe every human has a finite number of heartbeats. I don't intend to waste mine. Neil Armstrong. So what did Neil Armstrong mean by that? Well, his quote means life is short. And yes, life is short, folks. We only have a certain amount of time on this big blue marble. And it's precious, very precious. There's no question. Life is precious. But the quote urges people to live meaningfully by valuing time and using their limited heartbeats or your life, to do important things rather than wasting them on trivial, emphasizing purpose, making moment counts, emphasizing purpose, making every moment count, and leaving a positive legacy. Don't leave a negative legacy. Nobody wants that. You're forgotten in the dust as far as that goes. Though he actually used it to disagree with the sentiment, with the sentiment, seeing it as a philosophical quote to challenge. So, wise words from Neil Armstrong, first astronaut, American astronaut and human to step on moon, and an aeronautical engineer. Thank you, Neil Armstrong. God bless and Godspeed, sir. I remember watching him. I almost fell asleep during watching the broadcast of the landing on the moon, or the stepping on the moon. And Tina says that is a good one. You have a finite, which means limited. We do. We make the best of it here, and there's a lot of people that just do crazy stuff, and they don't realize that you're only on this world for finite. So, and I despise those people that disrupt other people's lives and stuff like that. We had a recent incident here where we had so-called protesters walking into a church and disrupting a church service and stuff. That's not good. That's not using your life to a purpose. That's not even a protest. That's a disruption. And just my feeling, because I've been following that story here. I hope all those people get charged with the full course of law, which they will. It's a federal offense. Just like, and I look at the church they go into. They pick the church with the oldest people and stuff like that. Let's see you go into a black church. Let's see you go into a mosque and do that crap. You're gonna be booed. What was it saying? Somebody was saying yesterday. Let's see you go in a biker's bar and protest like that. You're gonna be kicked out on your ass. Yeah, it's a federal offense, yes, Tina, and stuff like that. It's getting ridiculous out there in Minnesota. That's my birth state, so I'm following. I got family, I got cousins that are living out there and stuff. And if you look at it, the majority of the counties, it's just like here in New York State, the majority of the counties are one persuasion, but where people live in the so-called sanctuary cities of Minneapolis, it's a different. So. But at any rate, don't waste your life doing freaking crap stuff as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. We're going to go ahead and we're at an hour. Wow, we started early. Well, we're still early. It's 6:36, but we've been on for an hour, so we're going to go ahead and do 100 years ago. Let's go ahead and do 100 years ago. And let's see, how am I doing on coffee? I'm not bad on coffee. That's not bad. Okay, let's see. Let's go. We're back up to 6. Let's get that number to 10. I need 4 more Rumble people. Rumble, help me out. Call some friends. Tell them, hey, jump on that knucklehead broadcaster, Fireman Rich's broadcast to help him out. Because there is a new rack that I saw that I never done before that I have actually done. So I can actually there's like three read ad campaigns that I can really relate to. Let's see, one, two. Yeah, at least three. There's at least three that I can honestly say, give you my opinion, and all I have to say is Rumble is great as far as that goes. But there's a new add-on to Rumble that that just took place that I took part in, and I'm not sure everybody has it, but according to the email I got, well, I got several emails. Finally, to stop getting the emails, I started it, and such that. Um, so if we can get up to 10, we need to get 10 Rumble folks. I can do a read ad campaign. Let me see if it's in there. Let's see. There's one. There's two. Yeah, there's a third one. Well, actually, I got two of the same, so I could do it twice. I'm allowed to. Let's see. I'm allowed to do three, I believe. Yeah, I can do three ad read campaigns, but I need to get. No, you're all right, Tina. I'm not. It's not. No. Stay right where you're at. Don't. It's no big deal. It's not. If we get some regular Rumble folks and stuff. You're on Twitch. You enjoy Twitch. You're good on Twitch and stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and set up for 100 years ago with Roger Luther over there on Fox 40, which I have no affiliation with. Okay, and we'll say 6, and now we're down to 5. But I still love Rumble. Rumble, giving you a hug, Rumble. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring up 100 years ago with Roger Luther. He's the historian, and he has sort of a birthday. And this is as of the 19th, which is Monday. There's a birthday of sorts, and he is associated with it. Oh, wow. It's 6 degrees up there in Vestal. Wow. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this up. Let me see. Let me get to my Rumble here, bring up the present 100 years ago. They don't have that go back button for some reason. Let's see. We got it there. There we go. Let's go ahead and go back over there, and we'll start it up. Okay, here we go.
100 years ago today, the annual ice harvest in Binghamton has started. The employees of the Cloverdale Creamery ice is 9 inches thick. Willis Sharp Kilmer has announced his intention of giving away 3 full-blooded Jersey calves to young farmers of Broome, Tioga, and Chenango counties. Each county will conduct a contest to determine the farm boy or girl most deserving of the prize. Another house of ill fame was discovered in Binghamton Saturday night when police raided a house on Sherman Place. 3 couples were arrested, and the proprietor was charged with operating a disorderly house. Finally, today marks a historic birthday. It was on this day in 1919 that the Broome County Historical Society was established. That was the news, January 19th, 1926.
Okay, so that last one, that's a big one because it was on this day in 1919 that the Broome County Historical Society was established. And Roger Luther, he is a historian for the Broome County Historical Society. So he's the guy in charge. So it's 100 years ago is 1926. So they had their 7th birthday 100 years ago. So it's 107. 107. And of course, everybody else is focusing in on the naughty house as far as what. And Tina's laughing. I know she's laughing at the one before the birthday, but ill fame. Yeah, ill fame. Deplorable says the naughty house. Yeah. You're focusing in a well, you know that they're drinking and stuff like that. They're not supposed to be drinking because they have prohibition and stuff like that, and it's just like, um, but that's always a funny one. And what else? Oh, they had um, uh, they announced the giveaway of three full-blooded Jersey calves to young farmers here in Broome, Tioga, and Shenango, which um, I guess is one. So Tioga County, those are some high-end cows there. The Jersey calves, they are very, very much. And then of course, 100 years ago, they had the harvesting of the ice harvest, and uh, and the creamery. There's a creamery here in this our village here, and I guess they took care of the ice, and they gather ice off of the Susquehanna River. And ice is 9 inches thick back then, 100 years ago. I think right now there's ice, but the river's flowing, and it's probably about a good 4 to 5 inches. I think I don't get a nice report or something like that. So um, let's see, where are we at here? We're right over here. No, we're right next door. So there we have it, 100 years ago today, as far as that goes. In other history, though, let's see what we have here. In other history, yeah, that's pretty cool. 100 years ago, they were celebrating their ninth birthday. I see you, Buggy. You want to come up? How you doing? Oh, I know you want this chair, but you can't get it until after I'm done with the broadcast. Okay, let's see. What else do we have in history here? Um, in 1911, the first Carlo rally took place. I guess that's the automobile thing. And then it was in 1977, U.S. President Jimmy Carter pardoned nearly all American Vietnam War draft evaders, some of whom had immigrated to Canada because they didn't believe in the Vietnam War, which I know, looking back on it, um, were what the hell's that comment? Hang on for a minute. Something came up. Oh no, they just freaking Instagram and even Twitch is starting to say, "Oh, you'll like this," and it's like, no, I don't. Just leave me alone. just, I'm just looking at the. Oh, what the hell's happening there? No, we don't want that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, we're back. We're back on the Rumble. Um, Tina says, "Let bugs do the stream." Um, no, where's she? Oh, she's on the back chair. You want to look out the window? Here, let me open the window for you. Yeah, we got Bug back there. She wants to look out the window. No, you can't have the chair. No, I'm not going to give you the chair. I think she wants to come up on my lap and stuff. You want to come up? I know when we go to break, she'll take the chair. No, there she goes. She's walking away. Okay, she knows. She'll take this chair, and I just I once she's in the chair, I let her have it and stuff. And but anyway, Jimmy Carter pardoned all the they were draft dodgers and stuff like that. But I think it was the right thing looking at it now. I don't know. There's some Vietnam vets that would say otherwise, and uh, as far as that goes. And oh, she's over on our other chair. You can hear her scratching a little bit. But he pardoned them, and that's the president can do that. As far as they feel that it's the right thing to do. So whatever. Um, I'm not gonna disagree with it. Okay. Um, Now we did have a case. The previous administration, it was questioned whether the president knew he was pardoning the folks that it was being pardoned. So that's another story. Let's see. 1998, Pope John Paul II began his first visit to Cuba, which was good. That'd be great if we could get relations back with Cuba and stuff like that. And let's see. With customers, what's grassroots cash mob? Okay. It was in 2012. A 73-year-old hardware store was inundated with customers when a grassroots cash mob, they called it, delivered a boost to the local family-owned Ohio business. They were getting ready to go out of business, and then people said, "No, you're not going to go out." And they just freaking mobbed and spent a whole lot of money to keep them in business. That's a good thing. I like that. That's a good positive thing to do in today. Let's see. In other history, 17. What do we have here? It was on January 21st, 2020. The U.S. reported its first known cases of the 2019 coronavirus circulating in China, saying a Washington state resident who had retained the previous week from the outbreak and was hospitalized. Yeah, that I remember when this is before Corona or COVID. Watching that on the news, they had all the tents and stuff. Oh, I'm glad I'm over here. But then it was shortly after that, it just hit the States because of the spread and stuff like that. We're ignorant on the spread and stuff. So let's see, 1793, during the French Revolution, King Louis the 16th, condemned for treason, was executed by the guillotine. Got his head cut off. In 1915, the first Kiwanis Club dedicated to community service was founded in Detroit. It was years later, I guess 100 years ago, we had something on the Kiwanis. Binghamton started the Kiwanis Club 100 years ago this last week. 1924, the Russian Revolution, Vladimir Lenin died at age 50. In 1924, Russian revolutionary Vladimir Lenin died at age 53. In 1976, British Airways and Air France inaugural scheduled passenger service on the supersonic Concorde jet. I used to see the Concorde jet when I would spend summers down when I had summer vacation down with my grandparents in Brooklyn on Avenue N. I'd have my cereal there at the in the brownstone, and be at the kitchen table. It was an old retro with red trim around it, and red. It was just one of those you would see like in the 1950s. I could still see that table. I remember that table all the time. I visited my grandparents back in the 60s. But I would sit at the breakfast table, and if I wasn't watching the squirrels out in the yard, I'd look up, and I could see the Concorde every morning at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. You could see it just flying into Kennedy, making its approach, and you could tell it was a Concorde. It was slowed down, and because it had the airplane, but it had its nose sort of tilted down, because when it was landing, it lands up like this, but the nose is cacked so they can see the runway. So that was pretty interesting. The first inaugural. So that was 70 inaugural scheduled passenger service on Super Concorde. So that was 76. I was still in high school. So that would have been one of the last times I visited my grandparents before I started my senior year. So it wasn't in the 60s. It was 76. Okay. All right. Stand corrected. Okay. And then we already talked about the Jimmy Carter pardoning. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the sports before we go for a break. We're going to go ahead and do the sports. NBA action going. What day is this? This is going to be for Monday night. I only watch. I track the Boston Celtics. I'm a Boston Celtic fan, but I like the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets. Let's see. On Monday night, who played? Anybody on those teams played? No. The Brooklyn Nets, they lost to the Suns 126 to 117. The Celtics, they lost a hard one to the Pistons Monday night by 1 point, 104 to 103. Last night, we had none of those teams played. Tonight, we're going to have The Celtics and Pacers at 7:30. That should be a good game. That's up in Boston. Then the Brooklyn. No, keep on wanting to say Oakland. The Brooklyn Nets will be playing the New York Knickerbockers there in Madison Square Garden tonight at 7:30. And then tomorrow night, all those three teams are off. And we'll talk about Friday on the NBA. NHL action starting as of Monday night. Let's see. And I follow the Buffalo Sabres, New York Rangers, New York Islanders, and I like the Boston Bruins. I mean, the only professional hockey games I've seen it has to deal with the Boston Bruins up there in Boston when I was stationed and lived up in outside Boston there when I was in the Air Force. Okay, Monday night, the Buffalo Sabres, they lost to the Hurricanes 2-1. And going down the list, the New York Rangers lost to the Ducks 5-3, and the Islanders, they beat the Canucks 4-3 Monday night. Last night, the Boston Bruins, they lost to the Stars 6-2. Buffalo Sabres won last night against the Predators 5-3. All right, Buffalo. And New York Rangers lost to the Kings 4-3. Tonight, we have the New York Islanders playing Kraken. And that's it for that. Tomorrow night, we have the Buffalo Sabres playing the Canadiens at 7 o'clock up there in Canada. Boston Bruins will be playing the Golden Knights up in Boston. And that's it for NHL. NFL, we have the divisional, and we'll go over it Friday. Still bummed out about Buffalo losing. But we do have the National Conference Patriots against Broncos. Broncos are going to lose. They have. You can't even call him a second string quarterback. He hasn't played a game in like a couple of years there. And then we NFC have the Seahawks and Rams. I might as well say it. It's going to be a Seahawk Patriot. In football news though, we have some action. I guess the coach from Miami was fired also. We got a bunch of firings going on as far as that goes. And let's see where we have the articles. Where are the articles? Do we have the articles? Oh, that's what I did. I clicked on that one. So let's see what we got. We have Chargers plan to hire ex-Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniels as offensive coordinator. Okay, he's not going to be a coach. He's going to be an offensive coordinator. I'm not sure about the Buffalo's coach there. Let me check this article here real quick. Of course, what's his name? The Giants have a coach now, the former coach of the Ravens. And let me check this on the. Let's see. They're talking about McDaniels. He's going to be the offensive coach as far as that goes for the Chargers. And what the hell's going on there? Not now. Okay. I got an ad campaign thing here coming up and stuff. Let me get rid of that. We got rid of that. We're allowing ads. Go ahead. This one time. Oh, shoot. Let's go ahead and go up on this one here. Let's go to the main let's see, NFL. Sean McDermott. I don't know if there's any news on Sean McDermott. Let's see. Let's check him out. Sean McDermott. What's in the news about Sean McDermott? He's a former Buffalo coach. I'm curious. I'm seeing where he's going to go. He did criticize the Buffalo Bills roster before firing. I guess is it didn't. Let's see, continuous. Okay, we're showing that. Go ahead, we're showing that. Okay, let's see, continuous. What the hell's going on here? Let's see, continuous bills meeting is revealed before. I'm allowing the ads. I'm trying to get this. I'm looking at the New York Post. Continuous bills. Jesus, what the hell's going on here? This is stupid. Turned off my ad. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Continuous meetings revealed before Sean McDermott's fired didn't set well in the building. The Bills fired Sean McDermott on Monday, 2 days after the team's overtime loss to the Broncos to the end of the season, and 5 weeks after then head coach vented to general man. I'm not particular. I've never heard about this general manager for the Buffalo Bills, Bean, I guess his name. But he vented to the general manager and owner about the roster deficiencies. WGRZ is reporting that McDermott pointed out what the roster lacked to win the Super Bowl. I told neither Bean or the owner was pleased with his assessment, so he probably went off on him. NFL Network confirms that there was a discussion among the Bills decision makers. McDermott himself had some questions about how much talent the Bills had, and you could say, I don't know, it depends on how you looked at it. I thought they had enough talent. And a reporter said that I'm not sure that sat well in the building. Along with McDermott's firing, Bean was promoted to president of football operations. Yeah, your team falters and you get a promotion. So, they always say the GM has bends more of an ear of the owner than the coach. Something you rarely see when a team of an organization falls short of its goals, and Buffalo did with that loss. McDermott led the Bills, and and it's apparent that Bean didn't, even with his. I guess he was involved in 2 drafts at picks that didn't really fan out, but McDermott led the Bills to the playoffs in 8 of 9 seasons, and despite the last several years being Super Bowl or bust, he couldn't quit getting over Patrick Mahomes' hump. And it wasn't Patrick Mahomes; it was the Bills themselves. Everybody giving Patrick Mahomes that notoriety, and I disagree with that. But they were eliminated by the Chiefs for the 5 seasons. The Bills center had talent on their rosters that time with strong offensive line. However, the lack of top receivers has been glaring at the Bills ever since. So it's being traded a number 28 overall pick in the 2024 draft to his rivals, the Chiefs, who drafted Speedy Worthy. Really? Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. And wound up drafting Keon Coleman. Well, Coleman's a good guy. Over just 6 picks later. With McDermott out of the job, he's immediately becoming a candidate for remaining job openings. And here's who's looking at him: Titans, Dolphins, Falcons, Giants. Giants is out because they have Hallgrove or whatever his name is. Have all vacancies, leaving the Cardinals, Browns, Steelers, Raiders, and Ravens still available. I could see him being picked up just like the Miami coach here. He's a defensive guy, so he could be a defensive coordinator. But I could see him going possibly maybe to the Ravens. That would be cool. I would like to see that. Would be really interesting. Him going to the Ravens, and then else the Steelers. But the Ravens, I would love to see him. Then he'd be against the Bills. It'll be interesting to see who the Bills pick. The Bills certainly miss out on some strong candidates to replace McDermott, as John Harbaugh lands the Giants and Kevin, whatever, is moves to the Falcons, the Bills head into the offseason looking for a coach to get him over the hump. But Beam looks likely to maintain player personnel decisions given his promotion after disappointing. I don't agree with that. So, but that's what's going up in Buffalo with their situation as far as that goes. And Tina says yes to whatever she's agreeing to whatever I said before. Okay, so and one more thing in sports, we had one more item. There was one football game that was yesterday, and that was of the soccer type. The Manchester City Football Club in the Premier League, but this game took place in the UEFA Championship League. They play in that championship league, and then there's another league. But they're primary they're second in the Premier League. But yesterday for the UEFA Champion League that they're playing, they played badly. Oh my God, they got beat by Bodo Glimt 3-1 yesterday. It was 2-0 going into the second, or 3-0. They were able to get one score. But that's atrocious. They're not doing good. They're not doing, and the team was ranked 26 in the division for the European United European Football Association Champions League. They were ranked 20, and Manchester City is second. They're still what are they? They're second in the Premier League. What are they in the Let's see, in the UEFA League. Oh God, they let's see, they're sitting. They moved down to 7th, and the team. Oh, they're 27th. The team that they lost to yesterday. So, but they ended up getting some points. No, didn't they get any points for that win? I thought they did. So that's a secondary league. The Premier League, that's the Premier League of soccer and stuff. And I do like the Manchester, but they had possession like 70% of the time, but they couldn't score. They weren't attacking. And the other team, they just got on a roll and they were able to get one goal. And then like a couple minutes later, they got a second goal. It was just atrocious. They were just passing it back and forth. It's like, okay, just because you have the majority of the possession doesn't mean you're going to win the game. You got to attack and put the soccer ball into the goal as far as that goes. So, but at any rate, we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is right at, well, this is the normal time we take a break. It's at 7:05 right now. So it's the top of the hour, and we've been on for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we came on an extra 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break. And let's see. Refresh my coffee, and we'll be right back. And you guys just hang loose there, and we'll see you in a couple minutes here as we play bubblegum ball game. Yeah, there we go. And we're back. We're back here on the Wednesday morning coffee for 01.21.2026. Fixed. Had a little oopsie there on the year. We got our second cup of coffee here, and we're starting the second half. Looks like it's getting a little daylight out there. Let's see. Do we have any wind? We don't have the decorative grass out there. That's been cut down. So. But I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. What do you see out there, Jack? You see something? What's out there? Is gray out there? Let me see. Let me see something. I gotta check something, folks. Hang on for a minute. What you see out there? No, she's not out. Okay. He's just meowing. He's looking out the back. We got Jack out on the back chair here. But we got our second cup of coffee here. And you don't like? You okay? You're okay. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. Doesn't like hearing me cough and stuff like that. Let's see. Tina has left us. Okay, Tina. Ciao for now. We'll see you later. Deplorable says cold one out there. Cold one out there here. Okay. You got a cold one going out there, Deplorable. Gotcha. As far as that goes, 4 degrees. Oh wow, you're at 4. We dropped a degree. We're down at 9 degrees Fahrenheit now. You're at 4 degrees Fahrenheit. We're how's the wind? Is it windy out there? Because I'm trying to look at, so I don't have the decorative grass here to gauge the wind, but I'm looking at the trees and I don't really see any movement. Yeah, it's calm. The winds are calm here as far as that goes. So glad to have you still with us, Deplorable, coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, which is west about maybe, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 hours, I guess. If you go west here in New York to Olean, New York, which is the home of St. Bonaventure's University, and you make a left into Pennsylvania, and you go right into Bradford, right down south of there is Bradford, Pennsylvania, in the northwest corner of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Let me say that properly. I worked with some people from Pennsylvania, and they always would correct me. It's a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's like, okay, let's see winds are 1 mile north. Okay, so you pretty much got calm winds and stuff like that. It's just that if the wind was blowing that the wind chill factor, that one degree. I fix my hair. What's wrong with my hair? There it is. It's okay. Okay, my hair's okay. Yeah, it feels like 3 degrees. Okay, yeah, you got that wind chill factor going. Okay, let's see here. But we'll see what happens. It's supposed to get a little bit warmer than it has been the last couple of days. I'm not going to be doing a walk because it is under 32 degrees and stuff like that. And the missus is on her bike right now, the exercise bike, and she's doing she's at 10 minutes or so like that. So I was thinking I might live stream my first time I get on the bike there. I was on it yesterday, sort of 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon. But for my my very first official, I'm going to try and go 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. No, I'll try. I'll shoot for 15 minutes. I'm sure I can get 15 minutes. I might live stream that on here on Rumble and Twitch and YouTube. I can use my phone because there's a phone holder. I'm curious to see if that really holds it. So I'll just sit there and we'll do some exercise bike for it might be a thing I can do every once in a while, not all the time. Let's see. We have 5 people on Rumble. All right, Rumble rocks. 1 person on local. We have our faithful locals viewer. 2 people on YouTube. Wow, and 1 person over there on Twitch for right now. As far as our viewership, thank you very much. It's a total of 9 viewers. Appreciate that. We're going to continue with our second half. We're going to our web pages there that I have no affiliation with. They're news web pages, but I have no affiliation with them. I just present them here from, let's see, we got Fox 40, we have WEBO, NBF. That's a radio station up in Binghamton. WEBO is a radio station here in Owego, New York. Channel 12, WBNG in Johnson City. The Whale, WAAL radio station, classic rock up there in Binghamton. Channel 34, which is also in Binghamton. WENY, I think that's the ABC affiliate out in Elmira. That's about a 30-minute, 40-minute drive to the west here in the next county. WETM, Channel 18 in Elmira, New York. And we have the Penny Saver. We got KGB, 92.3. 92.5, I believe, right? Yeah, 92.5. Binghamton Rock, we're looking at that. And then we have 104.1. KISS 104.1, Binghamton's hit music station, another radio station. Actually, the articles that are on KISS 104.1, WAAL, and WNBF, they're all the same for the most part. And then we have Spectrum News. Is there anything on Spectrum News? There might be something interesting there. And then we have 2 web pages from Buffalo Country 106.5, WYRK. Where we can, and this other channel is about the same. Oh, Bill's general manager, Brandon Bean, to speak with media today. Oh, who cares? I'm not liking this guy for some reason. But Power 93.7, another Buffalo channel, WBLK, no affiliation with them. But it gives us, along with this WGR 550, gives us the news up there in Binghamton area. And I'm looking just at the headlines on those last 3, and there's still a lot of people shocked over this Sean McDermott firing, as far as that goes. So that's a catch all the way. Okay. Okay, let's see. And then who else do we got? We got, of course, 1440, which gives us, I know where they're, let's see, where is their, read today's briefs. What do they have on the debris? Greenland's down. No, we don't. Trump versus, and let's see, deplorable says, let's see, going to be high of 30. I'll take the 30 deplorable. That's warmer than what we have. I just don't like it when it's below lower than that. And you say I'm shocked as well. Yeah, I'm shocked too. I would have never thought that. This general manager that's now has a full operation, this Beam guy. What little I've read about him, I'm not liking the guy because he gets a promotion, but Sean McDermott gets canned. I don't know. That's not. I don't know. Something not, I don't know. But then again, the owner, he's going to do, it's their prerogative, I guess. And but I just don't. I think McDermott was a good coach. As far as that goes, it was just a lack of. He said it was a lack of certain players, and I would tend to agree. You got injuries and stuff like that, and you're playing the same players and stuff. That's it's not good. And in a league full of losers, McDermott was a winner. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Other than the Dolphins, or not the Patriots. The Patriots, they're just cruising as far as that goes. I heard talk on one of the talking heads that they might ask. There's a possibility Belichick. Could you see Belichick coaching I don't know if I could see him. Not with the current Belichick now. Not with that girlfriend thing that he's doing now it's old enough to be his daughter, for God's sakes. But yeah, he is McDermott, he is a winner. He is a winner and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool as far, and we'll see where he is. I wish McDermott and his family the best, because I think whatever team he goes on, I think I will be watching that team because I like him as a coach as far as that goes. And okay, so let's turn off the little scrolly thing here and bring up Fox 40 to see what we got. Beltran, Andrew, Jones elected to National. Oh, let's start with the Baseball Hall of Fame. Let's see. Deplorable says, not after what he did in North Carolina. I think he's retired. Okay, he wasn't. I wasn't following him in North Carolina. Is he still the coach down there? Is he still coaching North Carolina? But his name was mentioned by a prominent sportscaster, sports talking head yesterday. And so I go, Belichick, God, he's history, I thought. And so, but he has some, I don't know, he's all over the place. Okay, let's see. Fox 40. Well, this is on Fox 40. We got the 2026 Baseball Writers Association American Hall of Fame class was announced Tuesday night. There will be new players making the trek to Cooperstown, which it's here in New York, and I've yet to go there. Carlos Beltran, Andrew Lewis had been elected to National Baseball Hall of Fame. Okay, this is just a read ad and stuff like that, so we're not going to go there. I'll go back and stuff, and let's see what. Yeah, but he was very bad. Well, it's coming out and stuff like that. I think they won a lot of championships there, him as a coach and whatnot. But I don't really care for. I didn't really care for him when he was with the Patriots. And it's become apparent that he Brady had to put up with a lot, I guess, with him and stuff. So. But the football season's over for me. The Bills lost, so I'm just casually watching the rest of the season here as far as that goes. All right, let's see what else we have in on Fox 40. Anything? No, they don't got anything. They just got get Grant Ward's. I'm not seeing anything, folks. I am not seeing anything at all. We did 100 years ago. We could do gas prices, but gas prices nationwide average is $2.82 a gallon. State average here is $2.97. Binghamton's $2.97. Here, the Stop and Shop just up the road is at $2.95. So we're at $2.95 right now for gas. It should be lower than that. It should be at $2.75, I think, at least minimum. But there's so much tax. The state needs to reduce some of their tax money off of that. They get too much from taxes. Okay, let's see. WEBO. Anything on WEBO? We implements extreme cold bus transport for walkers. Okay. No, nothing on WEBO that's worth looking at, I guess. Let's just make sure the local. No, nothing on WEBO. Let's see. WNBF. Let's see what we have on WNBF. We have nothing. Nothing on WNBF. Okay. Let's see. Channel 12. Dangerous will. I wonder if. Let's see. Dangerous wind chills are possible. Yeah, check your pipes. First of all, dangerous cold and snow. And I'm not seeing anything there. Nothing there. Wow, there's nothing going on. Got a carbon copy of Monday. There's nothing really. Let's see if this. All right. Well, let's do this first. We'll let dangerous cold and snow arrive. Let's go ahead and do this one. This is. Let's go ahead and share this one and see what because it is cold. It's getting back into the cold. So let's go ahead and play this one. There you go. This is off of Channel 12, WBNG, CBS affiliate. And what do we got there? We got Jace. What's Jace? Okay. And okay, where did I put that? Oh, it's right there. Okay, here we go.
Well, it's certainly a nice start to the day, but it's going to be rather chilly as we head out the door this morning. Make sure you grab the heaviest of coats you got. Right now, though, no concerns. We're seeing some clear skies early on. We may even see a few rays of sunshine as well, but you'll notice off to the west of us, yeah, we got a weak clipper system making its way through Wisconsin and Michigan. We are going to see some snow. Not looking at it being too much in the way of any significant impact, though. But like I mentioned, it is downright chilly here across the region. Currently 7 degrees at the airport, but let's look at Starrucka, 0. 1 in Windsor, 0 in Sydney, 1 below in Plymouth and in Greene. Ithaca, congratulations, at 10 degrees. You're the warmest on the map. 9 up in Cooperstown. 4 in Stanford. Downright chilly here across the region. And temperatures will slowly rebound as we head towards the afternoon hours. Talking about around 2 o'clock, temperatures in the upper teens and lower 20s, which is a far cry from the temperatures we've seen recently. So it is going to be a minor warm-up. And as a warm front from that clipper system begins to approach the region, we'll actually see temperatures rise a bit. By around 11 o'clock, we are looking at temperatures in the upper 20s here for the majority of us. So we are looking at a warmer start to the day for our Thursday. As we head towards our Thursday, in fact, we are looking at temperatures rising into lower 30s here, slightly above average. But you'll notice these temperatures start to drop as a strong Arctic cold front moves through the region. That's going to allow us to see some very chilly temperatures for our Friday morning. Temperatures early on actually rise into the upper teens before they drop into the single digits by the middle portion of Friday afternoon. Winds are going to be a factor as well, gusting up to nearly 30 miles an hour. You could see those gusts getting above 35 miles an hour throughout the overnight period. So again, if it's garbage night for you, just keep a close eye on your bins before you go to bed. Bring in any unsecured objects. We are looking at the winds being a factor as we head towards tomorrow as well. Talk about wind gusts potentially exceeding 40 miles an hour. So the windy conditions we've seen here across the region are not going anywhere anytime soon. And as we fast forward into Thursday evening, we're still noticing those breezy conditions. So wind chills are going to be a factor today. Yeah, single-digit wind chills for the majority of us. Now, as we head on into the overnight period, those wind chills will regulate a bit, but still going to be a rather chilly day on Thursday with those wind chills in the upper teens and lower 20s. Keep in mind, highs will be in the lower 30s, so it's still going to be rather cold here. But we have issued a first alert for Saturday, looking at some dangerous wind chills, looking very likely, as well as cold temperatures making water pipe freezing very likely. You can see European wind chill values heading towards the afternoon for our Saturday, 15 to 25 degrees below zero. What about the American model? Shows a very similar trend here, 15 to 25 degrees below zero. So a cold Saturday, and then we are tracking a potential here. Confidence is growing. We could see some accumulating snow as we head towards our Sunday. The European model showing this coastal low making its way off to the east, giving us some snow here as we head towards overnight Sunday into Monday. The American model, while a little bit slower, is still showing that snow moving on in, keeping a very close eye on it. Could need a first alert weather day for Sunday as well to account for this possible snow. 7-day forecast showing cold weather remains in place even as we head towards next week, Tuesday, only seeing highs nearing 18.
Okay, so there's our weather. That was this morning at about 5:49. So that's just after we came on. And let's see, today, Wednesday, 27, Thursday, 30, a little bit warmer tomorrow. And then we drop Friday going in first 8 degrees on Saturday, 11, then 16. We're in the ice box here, as far as that goes. So there's our WBNG weather report as far as that goes, and they do a good job. They do a real good job as far as they got a good bunch of meteorologists and stuff like that. So they're right on target with the weather and such. So so that's who we usually follow. Yeah, today's gonna be 27, snow breezy partly, wind gusts, and that's gonna bring the temperature down and stuff. So it's just okay. Let's see what else do we got here. Other than the weather, I don't see anything of interest as far as that. Nothing. Okay. Let's go to the whale. The whale is the same as WNBF, which there's nothing there. So I imagine there won't be anything on 104. Let's see. Channel 34 out of Binghamton. And anything there? Of course, Monday we had Martin Luther King Day. So this is the 19th. This came out. Let's go ahead and look at this one. it was a federal holiday, and Martin Luther King's birthday was actually last week, but they celebrated on the Monday here on for the national. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. Oh, we want channel 34. There we go. Bring this one up and see what this one's about.
NAACP held its annual MLK Day celebration this afternoon, centered around living together in peace. The service took place at Trinity AME Zion Church and featured youth performances, including dance, songs from the choir, and poem readings. NAACP President Reverend Demond Wilson says the event has been held annually for over a decade, but this is the first time it was hosted at the church where he serves as pastor. He says the congregation has been around for over 186 years and is the bedrock of the Black community in Binghamton, so it's a fitting place to honor Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy.
I'm just glad to see that people actually care about the King legacy, and they are willing to come together as a community to show their support, not only for Dr. King, but show support for their neighbors.
Reverend Myra Brown is the pastor of Spiritus Christi Church in Rochester. She traveled to Binghamton to serve as the keynote speaker at the event. Reverend Brown says it is the responsibility of the people to continue to educate the youth about Dr. King's legacy and keep his dream alive.
It was not buried with Dr. King. It was passed on. It was passed on to us. This is our work to do. The question before us today is not whether the dream is still alive. The question is whether we're willing to live lives worthy of it so that we can live together in peace.
Reverend Brown says when Martin Luther King Jr. gave his acceptance speech for the Nobel Peace Prize, he spoke about the need for nonviolent resistance to overcome oppression. She says the same approach must be taken today to achieve what King advocated for, a way to live together in peace.
So there you have it for Martin Luther King Day, a great day, a great American, and the one key item in there, non-violent protest. Not the crap that we have out in Minnesota. Non-violent. That means you don't burn and destroy, hamper law enforcement. You have a right to protest, but when you inhibit other people, you're crossing a line that shouldn't be. Especially those people that went into the church this past weekend, I guess it was. And that was the wrong thing to do. Totally wrong thing to do, as far as that goes. And anybody agrees that they have a right to protest in a church, you need to get you need to go see a shrink. That's idiotic and stuff like that. So nonviolent. I mean, two things. Martin Luther King. I was a kid growing up during and I couldn't process that. It was for what's going on here? Why these people? Until I got older, and then you start learning about cultures and stuff like that. I said, wow, okay. Martin Luther King in his protest was always non-violent, and he got more done. These bozos out in Minnesota, you just, and I don't think it's the majority of the people. There's people out there legitimately protesting, but there's people out there that are just wretched, and I'll call it for what it is. That is not protesting. That is being disrupted. That's on the verge of creating a riot. And when you destroy property and injure people and inhibit, especially going to church, a church service, those people in that church service, they might be grieving for a family member they lost. They might be grieving for somebody else or something like that. It's a house of worship. You don't protest in a house of worship. And like I said, I hope that and the people in the church forgave those people, which is admirable. But I think they still have to account and be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. That's a felony offense, and shouldn't have been done and stuff like that. So, okay, let's see what else we got here on. That was a good piece. That's it's always good to see that the dream the dream is living on through Dr. King. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Legal. No, not seeing anything there. Nothing there. And I think that's it for channel 2. Let's go to WENY out there in Elmira. Oh, a tractor. Overturned tractor trailer closes New York 17 near Owego.
Where?
Is it? I wonder if this is updated 2 hours ago. When did this take place?
Enter the scanner on.
Huh?
Enter the scanner on.
Yeah, we don't turn the scanner on anymore. So let's go ahead and let's see. Let's read more. Let's see what this is about. How come this isn't letting me come in? Let's see. Let's refresh it. Let's read more. Oh, this was last week, the 15th. We knew about that one. Oh, that's Tioga County, Pennsylvania. Okay, 49-year-old man has passed away following a structure fire in Union. No, that's not the accident. That's
If you're on WBNG, they have a lot of old stories.
No, this is WENY, and this is Tioga County, Pennsylvania. Man dies after full healing. Oh, here's the overturned thing right here. This is the one we want right here. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All westbound lanes and State Route 17 remain closed this morning. And what's the date of this? The 21st. So that's this morning. Let's see.
Welcome. Channel mode. Scanning begin.
We'll see if we get it. This 3 hours ago. They probably cleared it up by now. Oh, you know what? I looked out the window. There's traffic move. Oh, that's in Owego. That's down the road a ways. Westbound lanes. Oh, that's a westbound lanes on Route 17. So I'm seeing people going east. So that's why. Okay. Following an overturned tractor trailer, according to 511 New York, and I actually should bring that up, 511 New York, because I have that. Let's see. Let's see. This is 511 New York. They refer to. Let me. This is. If you don't have this webpage, this is a great webpage for New York State. And there it is. That's 511. That gives you all the details. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in on that and see what the status is. Okay, there's Binghamton. Okay, there's the accident right there. So what do we got? Overturned tractor trailer on New York 17, Tioga West, exit 6. Oh, this is at exit 66. That's up by Appalachian. All lanes of 2-lane closed. So they probably diverted it. At 2323 911 Tioga County. Latest update, January. That's 5 a.m. So they still have an indication that it's closed. So that's let's see. Does this camera work? That camera doesn't work. How about the Vestal camera? So that gives you some traffic. Yeah, that's traffic moving eastbound. So this is a very good site right here. It gives New York State as far as the conditions. You know, you have this thing over here. You can see that they got some weather out here west and such. And then different looks. They have cameras on here, alerts. We do have alerts. No, we have news, no news. So this is a very useful web page that I go to as far as that goes. So pretty interesting. So, but as far as the actual According to 5-1 New York, the crash was reported just before midnight. Okay, so they probably had crews shut down the road, allowing trucks to allow tow trucks to upright the vehicle. Detours were exit 66, Route 34, and then back on 17 at exit 65. That's here in Owego. As the latest update, Wednesday, the westbound lanes remain closed. WENY news will continue. So that's the thing on the overturned tractor trailer. Okay. Okay. That's Appalachian, so I don't know if they took somebody. Okay, we'll leave that on. If it gets too much, we'll turn it off. And here's another. At Martin Luther King Memorial, King's legacy transcends generations. Let's go ahead and do this one. This is another article on Martin Luther King. Oh, no, we don't want that. We still have that. When are we at here? WENY. Let's bring this one up. Here we go. So let's go ahead and bring this one up and check it out.
And as the nation pauses today to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his dream reshaped America. From classrooms to city streets and in the nation's capital, people are reflecting on what his message means today. WENY Washington correspondent Brendan Scanlon has the story from the MLK Memorial.
On a cold January afternoon in Washington, visitors gather and lay flowers beneath towering stone etched with words that still echo decades later. Families and visitors stopped by the 30-foot granite sculpture to celebrate the federal holiday honoring the civil rights leader who challenged the nation to live up to its promise of equality and justice.
I just like him a lot because he stood up for rights. Wanted everyone to be together, so the world isn't not that bad anymore, so it's not always segregated.
Dr. King's legacy is rooted in peaceful protest, moral courage, and a strong belief in collective action. His dream speech, delivered behind me on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial over 60 years ago, continues to inspire generations.
And I like his famous "I had a dream" speech. Always believe and always be a true leader and be a hero. And I always remember a person who fought for freedom.
Instilling those values early starts with teachers like Erica Stevenson.
I definitely want to instill in my students the message of Dr. King. His words were true then and they're still true now. They bring about bravery and courage and to always speak up no matter what's out there, no matter what it looks like, no matter how hard people are going against you. It's okay to have a different voice and to be brave.
As the nation remembers Dr. King today, his words and vision still resonate across the country.
Change doesn't come from doing nothing.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon.
Okay, there's another perspective on Martin Luther King Day. And in that piece there, they talked about the I Had a Dream that was at the stage. The backstage was the front of the Lincoln Memorial. What do we got? Okay, we're going to turn that off. But the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, I actually stood or try to remember from pictures and videos I've seen where Martin Luther King stood, because the one time I visited Washington, D.C. back in the summer of 81, I was down there for a week and down in the Washington area, and I visited the Lincoln Memorial, and it's burnt. President Lincoln was my favorite president, and seeing the Lincoln Memorial was tremendous. And I remember standing from that piece. I tried to stood right in the general location where Martin Luther King, looking out over the grounds there in front of the Lincoln Memorial, and remember Martin Luther King, because that was a pivotal moment in history. And again, peaceful, nonviolent protest is I mean, that's the standard setting, which is something that people aren't taking that standard. They're just wretchedly doing whatever they want and stuff like that. So if anything,
Word of the day, wretched.
huh?
Word of the day.
Yeah, word of the
wretched.
day, wretched. Those wretched people out in the so-called what they're talking protest. It's not protest, but anyway, the legacy continues. His vision is continuing with people here in the United States of America. And we think of Martin Luther King. God bless and Godspeed to him, sir, to you, sir, and a great American on what he represented and what he stood for all Americans, as far as that goes, and such. So, okay, let's see. We have that was pretty good. I'd love to go back down there to Washington because to see the Martin Luther King Memorial statue. That's got to be impressive to see it firsthand and stuff. So let's see what else do we have for news on W. How many minutes did you do on the bike?
25.
25. Oh my God!
I included I did like about a 4-minute cool down.
Cool. Okay. So you did 21 minutes. Okay. How you feel? Good. Oh, thumbs up. She's eating her breakfast. Let's see. What else do we have here on WENY? Anything? No, I think that's it. Talk about let's see. Channel 18. Let's see. What do we have on Channel 18? Anything? Mobile home fire. No, we don't need to do that one. It's just a follow-up. One injured. All right, let's go ahead. No, we won't do that one. No. Let's see. Penny Saver. What do we have in the Penny Saver? Tioga Central High School Drama Club presents Anything Goes. Okay, they made the Penny Saver.
They always do.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, good school.
When is that playing? We ought to go see that. See if Jim and Peyton.
January 24th at 4 p.m. Tickets $7 for adults and $5 for students. Okay, I could go. Anything goes.
Friday and Saturday?
That's a Saturday, 24th. Oh, it's Friday the 23rd at 7, and then January. So put that on the calendar. If you want to go, we can go.
See if they do it as good as Brian's class did.
What's that?
See if they do it as good as our daughter's class did.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we should check that out. Let's see, WKGB 92.5. Anything over there? Let's see. Hit receipt. These podcasts will help you be more present. We don't need to do that. Report warning that screen time limits. No, nothing there. Let's see. KISS 102, KISS 104.1, same as WEBO or WNBF and the Whale. Nothing there. Spectrum News. Let's see. Oh, we got another Martin Luther King video. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this one. This is we'll catch up on the activities on Monday. This is from Spectrum News. And let me bring it up here. Here we go. And let's see, is that going to take? Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and start this one.
His birthday is January 15th, but this is the day that the world sets aside from a governmental standpoint to celebrate him. This is the one day we can come together and be respectful of other people's beliefs, other people's practices. For Dr. King, not only was he only nonviolent, he was a person that tried to unify communities.
Dr. King said often, but let justice roll down like rivers, and righteousness like a mighty stream. Come on and put your hands together and bless God.
We all have to self-examine ourselves as we try to progress as people. And we have to see what contributions we can make individually that will make communities better collectively.
It's okay, we're not the same color. We all bleed red.
Okay, that was up there in Syracuse, New York, I believe, on on Spectrum News. That was the Tucker Missionary Baptist Church hopes to carry on the MLK's message and stuff, and just by them doing that's a great thing. But Martin Luther King's birthday was January 15th, but we just celebrate on the third Monday of January as far as for that goes. Let's see, anything on? I'm not seeing anything else on Spectrum News. Let me see, latest. Let's see what we got for headlines. Let's go to good news. Let's see, anything on the good news? Oh, no, nothing there. Let's see the headlines. And no, not seeing anything else. So that's let's go to Buffalo for 106.5. Buffalo's number one for new country. Oh, this is the article I want to look at. This is the guy. Again, full disclosure, I have no affiliation with any of these web pages. This is the Bills general manager, as far as that goes. Let's go ahead and bring this up as far as on country 106.5. That's the picture of the Bills manager. Let's see, right here. There we go. There he is, right there. He's going to have I'll listen to the talking heads on this one as far as that goes, but I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to it. But this is the guy that what is it? Let's see. The Bills Mafia could get some answers to where the organization is going to go later today for the first time since the team fired head coach Sean McDermott. General manager Brandon Beane will address the media. He's going to hold a press conference. The Bills organization has been quiet since putting the statement out Monday. I think it was a very gracious statement, and Coach McDermott gave a good response that I saw yesterday that relieved Sean McDermott of his duties as head coach of the Buffalo Bills. And I'm not going to read it. It's on X, the Buffalo Bills X page. Beane has been with the Buffalo Bills since 2018, and he was in charge when the Bills drafted Josh Allen. He has been the general manager for the Bills when they drafted James Cook, Christian Benford, Ed Oliver, and Spencer Brown. Buffalo Bills look for the next head coach. Hopefully today we will also learn some of the names the Buffalo Bills are planning to interview for the opening head coach position. Several names have already been linked to the Buffalo Bills jobs, including Seattle's offensive coach Clint Kubiak, former Miami Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniels. Well, Mike McDaniels, he's going to be the offensive coach for the Chargers, and former Buffalo offensive coach and New York Giant head coach Brain Delbo. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's not sure about that. Not sure. Coaches the Buffaloes might replace, of course, the one in Miami. He's already been taken. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll have to see as far as that goes. And let's see. We'll see what happens, I guess. We'll see what happens. And I'm not liking this Beane guy, though. Freaking they lose, and this guy still has his job. I don't know. What has he done to move it forward? The coach there, he's probably done a lot more than that general manager. I'm not a fan of general managers and football teams. Okay, so that was from our good friends Country 106.5 up there in Buffalo. And on their radio. That's the radio station that's up there. And what's happening here? Let's see. Let's go back to home. It's not going back to home. Okay, there we're back to home. Yeah, there's no other articles. And let's see. Do we have the same articles on? Yeah, same articles on Power 93.7, the People Station up there in Buffalo. Full disclosure, they have no affiliation with WBLK or the folks at WYRK. They're the two radio stations. Let's see. WGR 550. What do they have? Same stuff. Shocking. That's the way. McDermott, McDermott did say, "I'm proud of the guys. I really am proud of them following loss to Broncos division round." And it was a hard-fought battle by the Bills, but ultimately the 5 turnovers would end up being too much. I don't think it's that. I think it was a bad call, too. You got to mention the bad call. You take that bad call away, and they won the game. It's okay. They were able to keep up with the Broncos with the 5 turnovers, okay, unlike some other teams here. Okay, we'll just that's it though. My football season's over. Let's see, 1440. There's nothing in the daily brief there. So let's see. Share, stop sharing, and let's see. I think that's about it. But we're just at 8 o'clock. We've been on for 2.5 hours, and let's see. We still have a few minutes. I think we still have a few minutes here. Let me put this back on. We're going to go check the headlines. Let's check the headlines on the Commodore. How about that? That sounds like a plan, huh? Let's see. Let's turn the doohickey on here. Oh, Big Juice. Yeah, Big Juice. I saw you during the thing there. Good to have you here, Big Juice. Glad to have you, Richard. And let's see, Richard, I heard you slept with snow boots on. No, there's no snow. It's starting to melt a little bit, but it's cold. We still have the dusting that we had from the other day. But Big Juice coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Glad to have you here, Steve. And hope you are doing well. We're going to go ahead and we got to change this to monitor 1. And we're going to fire up the Commodore, and we'll see what we have for headlines. Let me bring this forward a little bit. Okay, and there's a Commodore. Okay, let's go to the USB port and the disk file. Go here, BBSs, and we're going to go to Ultimate Term. Ultimate Term seems to be the quickest. I don't have to enter anything. Let's see, enter, run me first. We'll run it. Yes. And then we'll go up to, we'll go down to the Ultimate Terminal, run it, and we'll run this, and we'll end with the headlines as far as what's going on. And we've been on for 2 hours and 25 minutes. It was good. It's fun starting early. Let's see. We want number 1, and it's searching for the terminal now. So we'll bring up the terminal on our Commodore. Now, I think this Friday I'm supposed to get my video card or video cables where I can connect this into the computer over here. And hopefully I got a long enough cord, or else I have to. And I will put this screen right here. Will be right over here because I'll be able to bring it into OBS. Hopefully. Keep our fingers crossed. So let's see what we have here as far as the headlines go. And it's going to load up. You know why that loads up? I'm gonna get my coffee here. I'm gonna just top off my coffee here. All right, we got our terminal. My third cup of coffee, so why not, right? What are you laughing about? Well, you had 2 cups. No, I'm good. I'm good. You go ahead. I'm going to just finish up here with the headlines here. The missus is busy. She's busting my chops. Third cup of coffee. But we started early. So, okay, we want to bring this down to the BBS. It's connecting, and there we go. We're on retrocampus.com, BBS, and we'll go to news. And we're going to start. I'm going to always start. I like Fox. I'm a Fox viewer, full disclosure, but we're just looking at headlines, folks. So let's check on Fox. And here we go. We got general, world, politics. We're going to just go with general. Okay, let's see. The number 1, Iran will retaliate with everything we have if U.S. attacks senior diplomats, warn. Well, bring it on. Bring it on, Iran. I don't care. All right, let's see. Number 2, Gretchen. Oh, not her. Gretchen Whitmer. Oh, Gretchen. That's a different Gretchen. Gretchen Whitmore denies Dems try to be too inclusive. Says message can be too obtuse for people. Oh, I think you're obtuse. Number 3, Mexico. Let me bring this over here so I can set the coffee without looking. I'm going to set it right here. Let's see. Mexico files 37 cartel members to the U.S. under pressure from Trump administration. Yeah, bring us those bad guys so we can prosecute them. Let's see. Number 4, MLB, Major League Baseball fans question Carlos Beltran's Hall of Fame election after sign stealing scandal. Oh, I didn't know that. Ooh, a little controversy there. Number 5, New York City's $1.1 billion subway fare gates mocked online as riders easily bypass barriers. Yeah, you can just jump over them. Okay, we're going to see the next page here. This is all on the BBS. This is a Commodore 64 Ultimate. It's connected, and I'm, this is how you used to be able to have to dial up into a bulletin board, but let's see, number 6, 3 simple lifestyle changes could add almost a decade to your life. Ooh, that'd be some researchers show. I should type that into number 7, the firebombing of Beth Israel in Mississippi strikes at the heart of religious freedom, dignity, and peace. You should not do anything towards a church, any synagogue, any mosque. It's ridiculous. That's unacceptable. Let's see, number 8, mob violence in Minnesota. Oh, that's the protesting. Isn't free speech. It's grounds for Insurrection Act. It is, because they're impeding people, honest people, from getting from point A to point B. These people are going into a church and protesting, where there may be somebody there grieving from a loss or praying for family members or something like that. And my hat's off and my heart's off to those parishioners that were in that church. They forgave those people, but the law needs to prosecute them to the full extent. That's a big no-no. And it is towards insurrection. Let's see, number 9, Trump set to meet with foreign leaders at the World Economic Forum, and more top headlines. Okay. Number 10, Team USA hockey star fired up to represent Stars and Stripes in Olympics. Where you want to be. Will they win? I don't know. Canada's a big dog in the hockey there. Okay, let's hit next. Do we have any comments? No comments. Okay. 11, Super Bowl champ reveals scary health battle that left in coma for 5 days. Ooh, I wonder who that is. See, these are just the headlines. It's just scraping the headlines. So we're not going to go into detail and stuff. So number 12, ex-NFL reporter launches GOP Senate bid, reveals how she will flip script on states' criteria of leadership. Okay, and then number 13, Supreme Court weighs Trump's bid to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook. Okay. Now, the one thing the Supreme Court didn't do yesterday, they came out. They're not doing they're not going to do a finding on the tariff. They set that aside. That's massive. Number 14, massive great white shark returns to shorter waters after epic year-long Atlantic journey. They actually tag these great white sharks, and there's a webpage you can follow them. I've seen it. 15, passengers warn of chilling effect after anti-ice agitators, they're calling them agitators, stormed Minnesota church service. They're not agitators, they're criminals. That is criminal to storm a church, synagogue, or mosque, anything. You go in there, it's a place of worship and prayer. Agitators, that's saying it lightly. All right, let's see. What do we do for time here? 2:30? Okay. Let's do another one. One more, and then we're going to go to CNN. 16, top Trump admin educator officially exposed blue state financial aid fraud. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud. A lot of fraud. Number 17, Davos braces for Trump amid tensions over NATO, Greenland, and global defense. You know, we're not going to own Greenland, but we're going to be in Greenland along with NATO. So, you know, that's all fluff there. 18, former Representative MTG dumps cold water on Trump's Greenland acquisition ambitions. We've heard that one before. We're not. I can't see. There's going to be a deal made, but we're not going to. You know, the people of Greenland don't want. They want their. I don't know. They should have their own autonomy and stuff like that. But let's see. 19. Bill Hillary Clinton at risk of contempt in House after snubbing Epstein disposition. I don't know if you're into that thing. I know. It's just like. And then number 20, Gordon Chang appraises China won't save Europe. Trump hard power just might. Okay. So that's 20 on Fox. Let's go to CNN now to keep it fair and balanced. Okay. We're going to back out of this and let's see. We're going to go up to 1, CNN. Okay, here we go. Number 1 on the CNN headlines. Michael Tafo, a longtime sportscaster, launches a Republican bid for U.S. Senate in Minnesota. God bless them. They need more Republicans in the Senate there for Minnesota. Number 2, Trump set to face a diplomatic intervention on Greenland in Davos. See, they got a little twist on it. They make it like, it's going to be a negotiation, okay? And number 3, how San Francisco Castro District became the capital of the LGBT America. Okay. What's so, it's always been, I thought, San Francisco. Let's see. Number 4, Trump once again en route to Davos after minor electrical issue forces Air Force One to turn back. Oh, they had an in-flight. That constitutes an in-flight emergency when they have issues with the systems. So I bet you when they flew back to Andrews Air Force, the fire department was out there for that landing. Let's see, number 5. Where are they now? Netflix revisits Elizabeth Smart and key figures in her kidnap case. I'm not sure who Elizabeth Smart is. It's like number 6. What it was like to pilot the supersonic Concorde jet. We talked about that earlier in our history. It's the first maiden flight back in 1976, I think it was. And like I said, I visit Brooklyn, my grandparents' place there on Avenue N in Flatbush. You could see it coming in. It was just a little speck, but you could see it. It was definitely different as far as that goes. Let's see next. Let's get our next ones here. Number 7, Brown University students feeling raw and nervous in return to campus after mass shooting. Ooh, yeah. How quickly we forgot about that, right? That's not even in the news. Number 8, man who assassinated former Japan leader Abe with homemade gun, sentenced to life in prison. They don't have a death penalty over Japan. He's gone for life, and he's going to have a hard life in prison though. Number 9, sex, death, Sex, Death, and Betrayal. This North Korean movie shows things audience have never seen before. Ooh, that's interesting. Number 10. What we know about the FACE and FACE, FACE, and KKX that could be used to prosecute Minnesota church protesters. Yeah, those they're not protesters. They're freaking. It's the same laws. The same laws, I guess. Number 11. Davos is confronting two problems. Trump might be the easier one. He's going to compromise. I'm sure he will. Number 12. As Trump shows division, China says it's the calm, dependable leader. As Trump sows divisions, he's not sowing divisions. China says it's the calm, dependable leader the world needs. Oh, okay. So they say they like Trump then. Okay, let's go to the next one. Doge sharing Social Security data to unauthorized server according to court filing. Really? I don't know about that. You got to get more on that. That's CNN. They're going to paint a bad picture for Doge. Number 14, the Fed is heading to court today. Its independence is at stake. Okay. Number 15, Trump's Davos hosts might aber him, but he's worth listening to. Okay. Number 16, second rail tragedy rocks Spain as passenger train derails days after dozens killed in high-speed collision. Ooh, that's not good. Number 17, Naomi Osaka makes grand entrance and big fashion statement at Australian Open. Who is she? Is she the president? Is she the president of Japan, Prime Minister? Number 18, Lindsay Halligan departs Justice Department hours after Trump's appoint federal judges, calling her leadership shoddy. Let's go one more. 19, NASA astronaut Sue Williams retires months after returning from troubled mission to orbit. 20, tracking status, unpredictable redistricting efforts. Okay, there's a lot of states, both Republican and Democrat, that are doing that. Number 21, a major winter storm is brewing. It's likely to unleash dangerous ice and snow from the plains to the East Coast. Okay. Number 22, North Korea's Kim fires vice premier, calling him a goat yoke to pull an ox cart. Okay. 23, Amazon CEO, prices have gone up from tariffs. Okay. I paid a tariff on this. I paid $15. I'm not bitching. Just extra. Okay. Tariffs there's a reason for the tariff. And number 24, our last one, measles elimination status, not real. A concern. CDC. I'm not too hip on the CDC, but the measles, there's been report of a lot of measles cases in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of those states. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. Let's go one again. And but there's other ones. I'm not going to go in, but we can go to the BBC, but we'll save that for next time. So, but there we have it. There's our news on the bulletin boards, and we've been on here for 2 hours and 39 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks. So I want to say thank you to our Jersey girl, Tina. Thank you very much, Tina, for being here. Thank you, Tony D, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Thank you, Tony. Have a great day, Tony. Thank you. And we have first-time chatter, Ditto. Thank you for being here, Ditto, on the Twitch side. And Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, out there in the northwest portion of Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Deplorable. You have a great day there, my friend. And going down the list. And I think that's all we had there for a while. And going down the list. And we had finishing up was Big Juice. Big Juice was in the house coming in from the Buckeye State of Ohio. Excuse me. Damn. Damn. Clear my throat. So thank you, Big Juice, for being here. You all have a great day. And as far as the people that are watching, thank you very much for the viewership. I greatly appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to the people that are watching this on the replay as well. I see the numbers, and the numbers are very good. Thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate it from the heart. And for those that are listening on Spotify, via Spotify for Creators, we repurpose the audio on this. A little short on the beginning, but we got the bulk of the broadcast here. At Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and you can listen to it just like we do the podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Fireman Rich audio podcast, but we do repurpose the audio here from the live stream. And again, you can follow me over on X at Fireman Rich. That's my mainstay for posting things here on the social media platform, as well as on all those other good and fine social media platforms. You can Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. So other than that, folks, you all have a great one wherever you may be. Rich Roberts wishing you well. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. And we'll see you again, audio podcast tomorrow on Spotify for Creators. And then we'll be back Friday for the Wednesday or the Friday morning coffee. Hopefully I get the date of the year right. So you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. Again, take care, folks. And we are out of here.